God is God all knowing?
Is God all knowing? He knows. Yes, he knows a lot more than we do.
If God is all knowing, that means that when he made his creation, he knew he was going to have to drown them.
No, that's not necessarily true.
So is God all knowing?
God knows. He can't
God
tell
all
the future.
knowing?
Like you can tell the future, but you don't know what. When somebody
God
has free will, they can choose whatever they want. You know probably what they're going to do.
This is hilarious. This is hilarious.
It's called free will. You know what someone has free will is gonna do.
God can't see the future, but he's all knowing.
Yeah, yeah, he's all knowing, but he can't see the future. He's not a future fortune.
Okay. What does all knowing mean?
Means he knows everything.
Even the future, right?
No, not the future though.
Why can't God
How are
see?
you able? Nobody's able to tell the future.
Not even God?
Not even God.
Oh,
he doesn't know if you're going to go rob.
Wait. God has a plan, so God does know the future.
He has the greater plan. He doesn't.
So God does know the future.
Your individual life. He doesn't have a plan for you. He doesn't know what you're going to do.
God has a plan. God has a plan.
Humans have free will. They are unpredictable.
God has a plan for the future.
God has a plan for the future.
So God does know the future.
Well, I have a plan for my future, right? But do I know the future? No, I don't.
But
I
you're
have
not
a
God.
plan for it.
But you're not God, though.
No, but I have a plan for my future. I know what I'm going to do in the future. I have a plan for it, but I don't know if it's actually going to go down that way.
But you're not God, and you're not all-knowing.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying about God. God is way more knowing than me and you. He knows everything.
Okay. Okay, stop. God knows everything. You just said that. You just said God knows everything. So that means God knows the future.
Yeah, he does. He basically does. He does know what you're going to do. He knows that you're going to go to hell because he knows you're going to choose.
So God does know the future now?
Well, you are not using your brain, dude. You gotta.
I don't think you're using. No,
it's not black and white like you're saying. You're going back and forth.
Hold on. Let me.
There's gray areas to things.
I just want to clarify.
Do you understand what gray areas are?
I just want to clarify something real quick. Does God know the future or not?
There's a gray area. Do you understand what a gray area is?
Does God know the future or not?
No, I'm answering your question, but you're just ignoring it.
So
do you understand what a gray area is?
Well, because earlier you said God doesn't know the future, and now you're saying that
he doesn't. It's a gray area because the future can change. Nobody knows the future. The future can change.
But you just said God knows everything, even the future.
You said that. He knows I know the future.
Wait, you said now you know the future?
This is what I know. I have a plan for the future. I know that I have money put away for my retirement. I have a house getting paid off. I know in the future it's going to get paid off. There's a certain plan and a certain thing that's a plan that's being there. The plan is in place. And the plan is going down no matter what, unless it's up to you to decide what you want to do. That's all it is.
Cross. Is God all-knowing, and does he know the future?
You can move past this because I answered.
No, you're confusing the hell out of me because first you said, listen, this is what you did. You said, no, God does not know the future. Then you said, yes, God does know the future.
Yeah.
Then hold on.
Because I'm trying to explain to you that it's a gray area. You're not understanding gray areas. You're like Jesse Lee Peterson. You just keep repeating yourself over and over again like an idiot.
Oh, come on now. That's not very Christ-like. Let's not insult each other here.
Dude, stop repeating yourself.
Calm down.
Accept the answer.
This is what you're doing. First you said God does not know the future. Then you said God does know the future. Then you said that nobody knows the future. Then you said that you know the future.
Exactly. All those statements are correct. All those statements are correct, man. Because it's a gray area.
All of those. So God doesn't know the future, and he does know the future, and no one knows the future, and you know the future. All of that is correct.
All at the same time, yeah, because it's a gray area.
All right.
Something that you're not quite understanding, right?
I'm getting a headache from this.
Me too.
So, Cross, I just want to ask you a simple question, okay? Because I want to try to drive this point home, okay? Does God know everything, including the future?
God, like here, I'm going to give you one example, okay? When God is up in heaven and the fallen angels turned against him, and 1/3 of the angels got sent down to earth, he didn't know that the angels were going to turn against him, right?
Okay.
So he
So
doesn't
God
know
does
the
not.
future.
So God does not know the future.
No, but he is all powerful.
Whoa. Now your position has changed again. First you said God does not know the future. Then you said God does know the future, and now you're back to where God does not know the future.
Like God knows the future compared to our minds. Put it that way.
So God does know the future.
Compared to our thinking, yeah, he does.
Okay. So God knows the future.
There's
Okay.
different levels. If you want to say he knows 90% of what's going to happen. At any time, people could turn against them. You know.
All right. God knows the future. So that means that when God created mankind, He knew He was going to have to drown them.
No, he didn't know that part.
But you said God knows the future, though.
I'll explain it to you. He didn't know that part because, like I just said, he didn't know that. He didn't know.
But you said God knows the future, though.
Yeah, but I also said that he didn't know that the angels were going to turn against him, and he was going to send them to earth, and that's why he had to drown.
So then he doesn't.
That's why he had to drown the earth because the fallen angels fell down. Do you understand?
So does he know the future?
Were going to turn against him. He had to do it, and he had to save the earth.
Does God know the future or not?
Humans were breeding with the fallen angels, and then there was no more humans left on earth. They were all half breeds.
Does God know the future or not?
I already answered that. Like, are you?
Yeah, but you've given me four different answers.
He doesn't. He didn't know that the fallen angels were going to turn against him. He didn't know that he was going to have to drown the world.
I can't wait.
No, he didn't know that.
I can't wait to clip this. Guys, that has got to be the most confused person I've ever spoke with in my entire life. In my entire life, that has got to be the most confused person. Did y'all hear what he was saying? I cannot wait to clip that. God doesn't know the future. Then he said, God does know the future. Then he said, nobody knows the future. Then he said that he knows the future. Then he said that God didn't know the future. Then he said, no, it's a gray area. And then he said, God does know the future, but only 90% of it. And then he said, no, God does not know the future. And then he called me slow, and he called me an idiot.